Alors, 2014 is great because of September and October. And at the beginning of September, the weather was like in summer. High light, very dry, and warm. Because sometimes it's dry, but not warm. Sometimes it can be dry and warm, but not with so much light. In September and October, we had the three things together. And because of that, we were a little bit late at the end of August, but we were still late at the end because we finished our Cabernet Sauvignon in the second part of October. So it's not a vintage in advance, but the maturity was going up to the end because of this incredible Indian summer. So the white at the beginning, you know that for the 45th, we are a little bit too north for red, we are a little bit too south for white. We are a little bit too south for white. So the white like cold vintage, the red like warm vintage. And 14 at the beginning was a cold vintage at the end of August. So very good for white. And the first day of September, with this lovely weather, made a high concentration. And when we say concentration, that means that the fruit is concentrate for the sugar, but also for the acidity. And so this vintage is really one of the best vintage we have ever done on white. It's at the same level as 2010, or 2012, or 2001, or 2007, which were great vintage of white, because these vintage were not too warm. In fact, for white, I'm not so proud, I'm not so happy with vintage with too much sun. And so 2003, 2005, 2009, you have to drink it quite early. The cold vintage you can wait 10, 15, 20 years. And I like this style of the best white wine in Burgundy or Champagne, when there is this lovely acidity, purity, definition, and so you can wait for a long time. The great white wine are on this line. And 14, without any doubt, is on this line of this great white wine with a lovely purity of the expression of the fruit. So the white were great. The Merlot were done at the end of September, beginning of October. Personally, we have done here in beginning of October. And the Cabernet Sauvignon were done between the 10 and the 20 of October. And the great surprise of this vintage is that we had a lovely concentration. Of course, we lose quantity, because when you have 2 months, September and October, very dry, the juice concentrate. So there is less juice at the end. But for the quality, it's just a miracle. And so lovely concentration, low yield. We finish the Cabernet Sauvignon with 30, 35 hectoliters per hectare. We have 10,000 plants per hectare. That means that's small quantity of juice per plants, but very high level of quality. So 2014 is a great vintage, no doubt. Nothing to see with 11, 12 or 13, which are just good when they are good. But 14 is great. It's not excellent like 2009 or 2010. It has not this deep concentration coming from the grapefruit with the great summer. But it's a great one. For me, it's better than 2008, than 2006, which are the wine with the lovely acidity. 2001 is better than that, but is not as good as 2010. Is somewhere in between for the red. For the white, is at the level of 2010, no doubt.